Good evening, my friends. And of course, it is Wednesday evening. What does Wednesday evening mean? It means that we're halfway through the week. It means that we have our team meeting this evening, our rally for the week. It means a lot of things. And it means that tomorrow is the start of a new Tupperware week because our weeks go from Thursday to Wednesday. So, welcome to you. My name is Melanie Miller. I'm a 4-star director at Tupperware. That means that I have other director teams in my downline below me. And I'm very proud of my organization and all the people I have in it. Good afternoon, Wendy. So nice to see you. So this evening is a special evening. We have like a mini conference, which is called the 3 C's. And tonight there are going to be 3 speakers, and they're going to be talking about courage, confidence, and consistency or constance. And I'm actually going to be one of the speakers, and I am talking about confidence. So if anybody would like to join this meeting, just send me a message and I'll send you the Zoom number, or you will be able to watch it on Bureau Tupperware Les Demos. It is the regular Zoom number for our regular meetings. So that is quite fun. So this evening, I decided I've got plenty of leftovers. I have quinoa left from yesterday, which, by the way, was really. I have plenty of other vegetables I can add to it. So I said, I'm not going to cook another meal tonight. Otherwise, we get into that. We're backing up the leftovers to the point where we don't eat them. And my mission is always to help people save time, save money, eat more healthily, and be a solution to pollution. So I'm not really doing that if I'm not living it. So I said to my husband, no, I'm not making a dinner tonight, but I am going to make a dessert. Hello, Linda. I hope you're feeling better, Linda. And are you back at home now? I hope you are. So I'm going to make an apple cake, and I'm making the apple cake in my MicroPro grill. And, I'm very lucky I have 2 MicroPro grills, but I did make a special point of cleaning it really well today because, I usually use my MicroPro grill for savory things. So when you're going to switch and use it for sweet things, you want to make sure that, all the nooks and crannies are cleaned of everything savory so that your sweet is going to taste delicious. I mean, don't get me wrong, I clean my MicroPro grill between every use, but sometimes when I know I'm just going to use it again for sausages, I'm not giving it like that little minute clean. So that is my MicroPro grill. And for those of you that don't know about the MicroPro grill, it basically it goes in the microwave. Yes, it's made of metal. Yes, it goes in the microwave. And what happens is the heat from the top plate and the bottom plate, they are what cooks your food. There's no microwaves going into your food. And you can either cook it how I'm going to do it tonight in the casserole position. So the lid sits above the pan and can't go into the pan. Or if you're grilling with your MicroPro grill, you put the lid right on top of your meat and it will go right in to your pan until it's touching both sides of the meat. And that's how it can grill. So it's a really magic piece of kit. It is probably one of Tupperware's most innovative kits. And the really good news about this is that the price last month was $3.99. Tupperware have reduced the price in the catalog back to $2.85. And this month, in buying the MicroPro grill, you can actually get with it some tongs and the Pro Ring to go in the middle, which is a value of $350. And when you're a member, it's going to cost you $213.75. So I would encourage everybody to join, even if it's just to take advantage of the Micro Pro Grill, because a basic kit for $59 plus $213. Let me see if I can do the math. So $213 would take us to $216. So we would just be over $270. And you, as a non-member, you have to pay $285 to buy it. So your quid's in, and it is a great offer for you. Okay, so making apple cake in the microwave is fun. And what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to start by chopping our apples. So let me get my apples. And my recipe says to use 2 to 3 apples. So maybe I'll use 3. I have 3. Now I eat gala apples. I like the flavor of them. But you can choose which apples you want. Although I saw a fascinating documentary the other day, whereas it was explaining that some of the apples, like Honeycrisp, what was another one? Something I can't remember, but some of the apples have been packed, they have been designed to be sweet. So what does that mean? That means they have a lot of sugars in them. Probably not sugar as we understand it. It's probably fructose, but still, if you think about the name of the apple and say to yourself, oh, maybe that's not an apple I should be buying if I'm trying to watch what I'm eating. Okay, so I'm going to chop my apples in my supersonic chopper. Now, the supersonic chopper is one of the best things about being at Tupperware. When you join Tupperware and you take the deluxe kit, you can be lucky enough to get the supersonic chopper. But why would you want to join to get the supersonic chopper? Well, because it's going to change the way you look at cooking. It's going to change the way you look at everything you do. So are you somebody that buys a lot of takeout pizza? Well, did you know that by using your Tupperware supersonic chopper, you can make your own pizza dough, your own pizza sauce, and now instead of paying like Alan and I did the other day, $35.80 for a large pizza, I can make 6 to 8 pizzas for that price using my supersonic chopper. Hello, Tina. Good to see you. Oh, Tina, did you try bacon yet? I would love to know if you tried cooking bacon yet in your Micro Pro Grill. So tonight we're going to make a cake in it, Tina. So it's great that you're here so you can see another advantage or another example of something to do in your Micro Pro Grill. Okay, so that's one thing that, by using your supersonic chopper, you're really going to have the opportunity to save money because you can make many more things at home that you might normally buy. Okay, let me just see if I can find some bits of apple here to give one very hungry, of course he's always hungry, one very hungry pooch who's just turned up at my feet. So I'm going to keep some pieces to the side so I can keep feeding him some. Yes. Okay, let me just put this in the garbage. Not yet, but you will okay, that's good. So I'm chopping up my apple in here, and maybe when you make an apple cake, it says on the instructions, use some canned apple, say. Well, now you don't need to be using canned anything because you can chop things down and know that you have fresh fruit in your cooking. I've put 2 apples worth in here for now. I have another apple to do, but I don't want to overload my chopper and then for it not to work well. So I like to take care of it because I do not want it to break. And you will notice I did not take the peel off, okay? Because my pieces are going to chop really small, and by the time it's cooked, you're not going to notice the peel. And by keeping the peel on, you actually keep a lot of the vitamins and minerals that come in fresh fruit rather than using it without the peel. Okay, so I think we've chopped that. Ooh, look at that. A nice load of apple. And what I'm going to do now is put the apple in the base of my... And I'm not going to worry about the fact that the trough is around the edge and it doesn't necessarily cook, because this is going to cook by conduction and convection as well, because the heat of what's happening in the middle is going to spread out. So we're going to put our apple in the base. I'm going to leave it sort of in the middle, but of course it's going to spread out when it's cooking. And when I put the dough and stuff on the top, it's going to spread out to the edges as well. So I'm just going to flatten it out like this. And yes, you can see that there's some peel on it, but once it's cooked, it's not going to be noticeable unless you have really fussy people, right? So there I've got my apple spread out. Now, the next thing it tells me to do is sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar onto the top of here. Now it says 1/4 cup. I'm not putting 1/4 cup on, but what I'll do, 1/4 cup is 62.5 milliliters. So 1 teaspoon is 15. So if you say 15, 30, 45, 60, it's about 4 tablespoons. But what I will do is just put about 2 and a bit tablespoons, and see how beautifully soft my brown sugar is. It's easy for me to sprinkle brown sugar. Even when I have a lump like this, just watch. It's just going to dissolve so fast that it means... So I'm just going to use 2 tablespoons, and that gives me a nice little brown sugar yumminess on top of my apple. Okay, so let's put that there on top of the brown sugar, and we can get the other ingredients. So the other ingredients that we have to add 2/3 cup of flour. Now, when you cook in the Power Chef and everything, the best thing to do is add the liquids first. So I'm not going to make the mistake of putting the flour and stuff in first. So actually, I need 2/3 cup of milk. So I'm going to put 2/3 cup of milk in the base. I'm going to add 1 egg. I'll get 1 egg. And I did heat some butter, soften up some butter. So 1 egg, because this mix is more of a batter than a cake mix, right? So then I'm going to add to this 2/3 cup of sugar. So let's pour the sugar into here. So 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And I'm going to put in the butter. So the butter was about 15, probably 15 to 25. I mean, I didn't measure it, but it's just a little bit of butter. The recipe actually said oil, but I would rather use butter. Just because I like the flavor of it better. So let's mix this together first. Hello, Sylvain. Nice to see you, and Ingrid. So let's mix this up. Okay, so far so good. So I've got that mixed, and now I've got to add 2/3 of a cup of flour. Now my flour, I'm not going to put this cup in my flour because it's already had milk and sugar. So I'm just going to spoon my flour into here. There we go. Let's put a little bit more. There we go. And I need a teaspoon of baking powder. So here's my baking powder. What's going wrong? Is something going wrong? I hope not. Is something going wrong, guys? Let me know. Can you not see me? Or so far it looks pretty good to me here. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And let's put our flour in there. Now we'll mix the rest of the things together. Okay, so now I basically have a sort of runny batter, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to just make sure that all of the dry goods are included in here. So that I've got all the ingredients in. Tastes good. You think it's the weather? I can see you, but it keeps repeating. Oh, well, I don't know why it's doing that. Hello, Moody. Okay, I'm sorry that that is happening. It shouldn't be happening. So if it is being weird, I apologize. So now I have my batter. And then all I'm going to do is take my micropro grill, take this out, and then just pour this liquid on the top. And I will add this, make sure I've got everything out of my supersonic chopper. So instead of going to the store and buying a dessert, I've been able to put this dessert together really easily, very cheaply, just at home. And now all I'm going to do is take this, put this not in that position, in the casserole position. I'm going to put it into the microwave and I'm going to cook it for 15 minutes. And it should be yummy. And I think I'll be eating some of that before the meeting tonight. So I want to say thank you for being with me tonight. Remember that by joining Tupperware, you have the amazing deals of discount Tupperware and samples. But more importantly, you get to use things like the supersonic chopper, which will end up saving you time, money, and eating more healthily, because you will prepare way more things at home and not be bringing in extra pollution to your house either with all the packaging. So this would retail for 107, 134 tax and delivery. In your deluxe kit, this is only going to cost you $12. Would you rather pay 134 or $12? So let me know if you would like to join Tupperware, and there's also a basic kit that you can take as an option. I'm going to put this in the microwave now and cook it. So thank you for joining me this evening, and I look forward to seeing you soon, either tonight or for Live at 5 tomorrow. Bye, everybody.